and he's no longer missing, but I thought his story was interesting. Missing man located after being left near abandoned Greyhound station in Knoxville in East Tennessee. East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers thank everyone who provided tips in locating Brian Metaleski safely. So this one happened here. This guy, what happened to him? This was he had went, looked like to a rehab place, and they dropped him off, but didn't know the place where they dropped him off was closed. So here they say in the original story, East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers is asking for information on an Illinois man after he went missing near the abandoned Greyhound station on Magnolia. Said 21-year-old Brian Mateski was picked up in Illinois by an outreach program that operates in Kodak, Tennessee on April the 16th. After 3 days, Mateski reportedly wanted to leave the program. So he was supposed to be in a program, and in 3 days he wanted to go back home. So the outreach program dropped him off at a Greyhound bus station in Magnolia, unaware that the station had closed permanently the day before. So that's what happened. So they did eventually find him. They said he suffered from a mental health concerns. He had no phone or money and was unfamiliar with the Knoxville area. So they did find this young man eventually. That's weird. So I'm thinking also with a lot of these people that's missing, maybe they have pre-existing mental health conditions and the family don't know. They've kept it quiet. Maybe they might not want to be found. Okay, that's also something no one ever thought about. Maybe they just don't want to be found. They probably running away or taking a break from society. That could possibly, be something right there. Okay, the next person, young man, Jeff Stout. Okay, what happened to this guy is another weird, again, like I'm saying, we know that women and kids come up missing or it's happened. We're just not used to, or maybe it's on a rise, men going missing. Healthy, young, able-bodied men going missing. Middle-aged men, young men, college men, men who do not have mental health or drug issues. So this guy here, he was supposed to be going back home to see his parents this month for Mother's Day. Okay. His name Jeff Stout, 37 years old, also from Knoxville, Tennessee. Reportedly missing May the 7th or the 9th. He was at a bus stop on Cherry Street, August the 22nd, 22. They had a good video showing him pacing back and forth, and then he just went missing. And that's weird, because if they have a video, did the video show where did he go? What did he go south? Did he go north? Was he talking to anybody? They just showing, saying that they saw him pacing and he was fussing, and then they said his birthday was near, and that's not like him to miss his birthday. Okay, he missed Mother's Day, but he's not going to miss his birthday because he always spends his birthday with his parents. So here they say it's August the 22nd, 22. Okay, Jeremy Stout. His name, did I say Jeffrey? It's Jeremy Stout, like the beer stout. His parents said if he was going to come home, August the 22nd would have been the day. Stout was reportedly missing May the 7th. Investigators believe he might have disappeared from the Greyhound bus station, Cherry Street in Knoxville. Again, that Greyhound, I remember when I used to ride the bus and we would pass through the downtown area where there was a big Greyhound. I mean, it would be just hundreds of people outside, walking around, wandering around. Then they had another area across the street where they had the mega bus. So, that's a hot area. Okay, so on Monday, August the 22nd, Stout turned 38. He is still missing months later, and his parents, Lisa and Jeff, said Jeremy would have never missed his birthday. Okay, so again, I just looked at all this stuff to make sure if these people maybe have been found, because today is October the 8th. Nothing. Okay, so they're saying here, we usually invite everybody over and have food and cake, and we sing happy birthday, even if they are adults. This is his mama, Lisa. We think that unless he was hindered to do so, that he would have by all means tried to be here with us. This is what the father's saying. Lisa has been praying her son will walk through the door to their home. She's also prays her son will someday turn on his phone and respond to the hundreds of messages. Okay. So then she goes on to say here, Knoxville Police Department is continuing its efforts on locating Jeremy Stout. The 37-year-old was reported missing on May the 7th. Investigators believe he may have disappeared from the Greyhound bus station on Cherry Street. No, bus stop on Cherry Street. On Tuesday, June the 28th, investigators with KPD, Special Crimes and Rescue Team, and Public Safety conducted organized searches of several wooded and marshy areas around I-40 and Cherry Street. So they're thinking that maybe he succumbed to something or met someone, you know, because it'd be some, I don't want to say the people that ride Greyhound or go to Greyhound are creepy, but it'd be some creepy people be hanging around over there, okay? So here they're saying Jeremy's parents, investigators fear the worst and have not ruled out the possibility that foul play was involved in Stout's disappearance. Investigators are continuing to pursue any and all active leads. Jeremy's parents, Lisa and Jeff, drove down from Kingsport when Stout was first reported missing to search. They hung missing person posters on Cherry Street and Magnolia to draw awareness. The couple also offered a $3,000 reward. Okay, I know some people have limited funds, but with a lot of these cases, I hate to say it, the rewards will need to be a little substantial to get people to talk or to tell or make them to motivate them to remember something. Okay, so here they're saying he has always let everybody know he loved his mama. She said two of them texted back and forth most days and called each other frequently. So he was a mama's boy. He contacted his mom on a regular. He cost me so much in text, he'll just send me out of the blue, I love you, mama. Jeremy kept a close relationship with his family, and even though through his struggles with addiction and journey through rehab. So, okay, here they're saying he had rehab or addiction problems. Okay, so she's saying, I never gave up on him no matter what the situation. Okay, so I don't want to think of anything negative, and I don't think it's good for us to do that because we really don't know. But it doesn't sound good because I know for a fact I was a mama's girl and I talked to my mom 3 and 4 times a day. So if something were to stop me from doing that, we know something was up. Either I was, in the South Pole, Antarctica, so when a person have a usual habit and then to just stop, something is not right. Something is fishy right there. I don't know. I did see a video of them showing him pacing back and forth, but I don't know if it went out of the reel where they didn't see where he went to, but that doesn't sound good. So prayers go out to Jeremy Stout's family that they find out answers or somebody talk and say what really happened. My next missing person, again, Greyhound. I'm not, bashing Greyhound, but another person missing from a Greyhound bus station is a young lady named Dayna Beth Adams. Okay, this happened last year, and I checked again before I started. I want to make sure. I don't know, maybe she could have, been found. So this is from November 5th, 2021, Moultrie, Tifton, in North Carolina. So here it says, Moultrie, Georgia. Law enforcement in Colquitt County in Atlanta are seeking assistance in locating a missing person. Dayna Beth Adams was last seen October the 5th in Tifton, according to Colquitt County. I'm thinking about croquette salmons. Okay, investigators Lieutenant Ronald Jordan. Adams is originally from North Carolina, but was in Moultrie for healthcare treatment. She was last confirmed seen getting onto a Greyhound bus in Tifton. It is presumed that she got off that bus in Atlanta. And I went on a look, and people were just, really talking about, I don't know if it was Atlanta or the Greyhound in Atlanta, how you have to really be careful. So here, Adams' last known contact, again, was with her mother on October the 14th. She has a history of mental health issues as well as medical issues that lead us to believe that she is in danger. Adams is described as 5'2", weighing about 110, 120 pounds, naturally blonde hair and blue eyes. So she's a petite lady. They said she has known to dye her hair. She has a tattoo. If anyone has any contact for Adams, they are encouraged to contact local authorities at Colquitt County Sheriff 229-616-7430. I don't know if they said it here, but I know I saw somewhere they said she has 2 children. So this young lady has kids. Okay, so they said that she did get off the bus in Atlanta, last seen October the 5th, 2021. Now, when they say that, I'm wondering, who saw her? Who was the people? Do they have her on tape? Do they have her on video? Did anybody talk to her? I had went on, because I'm nosy, I went on another site to look, and I saw where, I don't know if this was her, but it looked like her. They had a picture of her from March the 29th. She went missing in October, but they had a picture of her from March the 29th. It looks like it was a mug shot showing that, I don't know what she was arrested for, but they showed that it was from Brunswick mug shots. So I don't know if maybe she is running from someone, maybe she's in danger, someone is after her, or maybe she's running from her children's father, or what. But this is another person, Greyhound bus, missing. People saw them there, and then whoop, and out of thin air, I don't know, again, is it Freddy Krueger getting these people, Michael Myers, Jason, that little woman from the scary movie, Penny, the Penny woman, I forgot what they call it, but yeah. Another lady, she's lives in Alabama, has her own business, has her own salon. Her name is, I just saw it here. Her name is Lilliam Max, 46 years old, from Cullman, Alabama. She just, again, went missing. Told a friend that she had to go to immigration. Now that sounds to me a little fishy. She had to go to immigration in Atlanta. If you're in Alabama, let me make sure I get this right. If you're in Birmingham, why would you have to go to Atlanta to the immigration office? Investigators say they trace her phone location, but it stops when the barbershop owner reached the Birmingham bus station. Okay, so here, let me get to the beginning. Her friend of 9 years, Cristobal Contreras, said he last saw Max on May the 1st when she asked to borrow $500 for her upcoming trip to Atlanta. Now, I'm not being messy, I'm just asking questions, because hey, if you have your own business, you're a barbershop, beauty salon, and your business, your home or your house is connected to your barbershop, depending on what type of barbershop, I know the people that do a lot of the natural hair, I do my own, okay, in between wearing my other little hairdos. but I know the people that do the dreadlocks, the locks, the braids, the extensions, the hair weave and all that. These girls make $500 in 2 hours. One of my sister-in-law want to go to Atlanta to take up, I think locks or something about locks. And the lady was telling me how much they can make in a week, you know, maybe in 2 days. I remember one of my nieces, her little friend, they were still in high school. This little girl was making $500 just on the weekend. The little girl had a closet full of Chanel and Fendi and Gucci purses. So I'm trying to figure out, why would she need to borrow $500 from her friend? I don't know if this dude is this her boyfriend? They just, you know how people, we just say friend is so loose. I don't know if this is her man or what. So he's saying that she lived in Cullman, Alabama. She had another friend to drive her to the Greyhound bus station in Birmingham. Okay, I don't know if she didn't have a car. Why did she drive herself? But someone drove her. They dropped her off at 10 p.m. So that meant she should arrive in Atlanta May the 3rd at 1 a.m. I don't know where she was going to go from 1 a.m. if she got there to Atlanta that early in the morning. So they said Monday went by and I was not worried, he said. Tuesday went by and I was not worried. It wasn't until Wednesday that I tried to make contact and was not able to, and I started to get word. This is what her friend, Mr. Contreras, is saying. So Contreras said Max has been a legal resident in the United States for over a decade and was headed to Georgia for immigration hearing in the hopes of getting citizenship. Unless that's where she originally used to live. Again, like I'm saying, I don't know why she would have to go to Atlanta to do that and not do it in Alabama. Okay, so here they're saying where she's from. She's from Mexican origin. She's a legal permanent resident, he said. The reason she was having an immigration hearing is that a few years back, apparently she requested citizenship and her application was denied on account of some debts with some hospitals. I didn't know that they could deny people's citizenship because they had debts with the hospitals. I didn't know that. And I used to work in Medicaid, doing Medicaid. Yes, tune into my video. I will talk to you in depth about food stamps fraud, not just with the customers, but with caseworkers' stories. So tune in when I do that one. Okay, so that's why she was going there, to try to see if what was going to happen. Okay, so make a long story short, the friends and stuff started looking for her. They went down somewhere and checked with a place in Atlanta. And the people said, oh yeah, we saw her, because she's also walking with a boot on her leg. Something's wrong with her leg or was in a cast. So he says he traveled to Plaza Fiesta where he hung up flyers and spoke to several people. Plaza Fiesta, where a taxi driver, mother of two, was last seen exactly 1 month ago. So they talking about somebody else probably had been missing. Okay, so here he says, we had 2 vendors that recognized her and think she was there on Tuesday morning, Contreras said. My theory is that she did go to her hearing and everything went well and she spent the night over there. And then she went to Plaza Fiesta to get some knickknacks and stuff before going back to Alabama. And something happened afterwards and she didn't make it back. This is what he's thinking, okay? Okay, this is what he's thinking. So Max was reported missing to the Cullman police on May the 7th, but Lieutenant Martin said a lot of her concerned customers reached out to the police days before when she didn't show up to several of her appointments. So she just left people hanging, and I'll get back to you while I'm saying she left people hanging, okay? It was her business, he said. As far as we know, all of her stuff is still there. That's why it's odd she hasn't come back. It's not like she packed up to move off somewhere. Okay, so then luckily our agency does have missing persons. We have a smaller agency. Then they saying she's 5'4", 180 pounds. She speaks English, but Spanish is her native language. Okay, so here she voluntarily went to the station, got on the bus, made the appointment herself, and that's all we know. She's very street smart, said Contreras. She knows how to get around, but we don't know what might have happened to her. If you have any information pertaining to this case, call the Cullman Police Department, 256-734-1434. Okay. So here on, and you know I'm nosy, so I went and I looked at another site to see what had happened. And the police did an update, and they got back with them. The Cullman Times newspaper, the local newspaper from where Lilliam Max is from, now they're saying that she may have left voluntarily. Okay, so here they say, local police now believe that Cullman woman reported missing earlier this month may have left the area and ceased no contact with local associates, all on her free will. The Cullman Police Department on Wednesday updated its investigation into the whereabouts of Lilliam Max, a local hair salon owner, who left on May the 2nd and was reported missing on May the 7th. With no evidence of outside foul play and with additional evidence suggesting Max may not have followed the itinerary she had described to friends before departing, police suspect that she may have voluntarily made herself hard to trace. She left all her beauty products, clothes, feminine things, her male friend, I don't know if he her lover, her boyfriend, but he her dude, you know, her friend. So this is what the police found. So they did their investigation. So they're saying, due to inaccurate information received during the investigation, it is not my belief that the person reported missing and known as Lilliam Max here in Cullman, Alabama, left of her own free will and departed for somewhere other than Atlanta, Georgia, based on the schedule for her departure. Okay, the proprietor of, they named the salon Estecia Lillian Hair Salon, is in North Cullman. Max told friends she planned to attend May 3rd immigration in Atlanta, though she had allegedly claimed to be from Mexico. Police believe she may actually have come to the U.S. from Honduras and is not a legal U.S. resident. Are you following me? She told these people she was from Mexico. Okay, she told them that she was a legal resident. That means you have a resident card. And when I used to work for the state, we had a way on the computer that you could type in the card, and it would tell you if it was a legitimate card and their information, their real birthday, blah, 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 if it had expired. So she told these people a whole big, you know, fairy tale, and I'm wondering why. And I didn't really want to say anything about her looks by looking at her. She did not really look Mexican to me. She did look Dominican, maybe, and Honduras, because I know some people from Honduras, and the few that I do know, because I never even knew there were black or mixed Honduran people, and that's what she looked like to me looking at this lady. Okay, so police say Max was driven by a friend to Birmingham on May the 2nd, and that surveillance video shows her boarding a bus at 10 p.m. A subsequent check by law enforcement appears to show that Max may not, however, have been on that bus that was bound for Atlanta. So somebody lied. Somebody else helped her to lie. I don't know what she's running from or hiding from. Police could not locate her name on passenger lists for arrivals at the Atlanta bus station, and said that an immigration official confirmed that there was no known scheduled appointment or hearing for anyone using that name. Police now believe Lilliam Max maybe an alias or a variation of her real name. So this lady sat there for 9 years in that little town in Alabama and fooled them people, and even fooled that dude because he said he gave her $500. Police also related additional circumstantial evidence suggesting Max may have had motive to voluntarily leave Cullman, including unpaid utility bills, late business rent, and a cessation in her cellular service around the time of her departure. They also said she had left behind personal effects, including clothing, salon equipment in Cullman, but that her state cosmetology certificate was missing. Max may also have owed money to a number of people, according to sources cited by police, and allegedly had just borrowed money from friends before she left the area. Police will continue to treat Max's disappearance as a missing persons case, though the investigation has shifted from possible suspicion of foul play to one of attempting to confirm her overall welfare. Her current whereabouts are unknown, and her information will remain entered into a missing person until she is located and welfare checked. And as they say, and that's all she wrote. So hey, you guys, some of these stories creepy, and this one really here took me for a loop because I really was believing that Lily and Max really did go to Atlanta, the Greyhound bus, and some big bad werewolf grabbed her, captured her, and took her $500. So now we see Miss Lilliam possibly was a little con artist, okay? Kind of did a little Houdini, you know, on these people, and they all going running for their appointments, and she knew darn well that she was leaving the town. So hey, you guys, if you have any inputs, you know anything, leave it in the comments. Again, I need you to click like and subscribe. Thank you for joining me at What Else? Maria loves to talk. Stay healthy, happy, and blessed. Thank you.